Hey, good morning. I just wanted to talk for a minute. For those of you that are new to the channel or really new to the channel, and I always feel like I hope that whoever comes to my channel watches this video. And maybe I'll just put this video up so it comes up when somebody goes to my Observer channel. So here you go. I never started this channel for any type of a Nirvana fan page ever. In fact, it was just artistically related for my music, my art. In fact, originally, it was animation. If you go to my very first videos, I think my very first videos are a couple animation videos. And just doing, I've been doing videos for years, and I love it, and music. The inspiration to talk about Nirvana stories came from writing the book. I started writing the book, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want to tell these stories. And at one point, I was like, I'm just going to do it. Because I felt that when Montage of Heck came out, I did the one video in like whenever that was, 2015 or whatever, and I got a lot of interest, but it was also like immediately some really rude people, and I think that's what kept me away from doing any more stories. I don't want that. I don't like waking up in the morning and the first message I read regarding my YouTube is like, oh, you're just trying to milk Nirvana for everything it's got. Nah. I'm like, man, it doesn't affect me as much as just gets me down looking at the whole picture of that's where somebody's mind goes. It's a sorry state for humanity when I see a comment like that. And then I can go into this person's YouTube and see what everything that they've looked at and they've liked, and it's all like Pizzagate and fake news and like all this stuff that they're like into these and you can somewhat influence yourself to be hateful and negative. If that's what you focus on, that's what will happen. So anything you come in contact with, there's a level of doubt and hate just looming to jump in, So to me, it's upsetting, on a humanity level. I mean, I would have closed down my channel a long time ago if it bothered me that much, because there's been all kinds of lame comments, and it's just like, at one point it's I know some of you are like, don't let it bother you, John, don't let it bother you. I understand that. And it really is one of those things you'd have to be in my shoes to be like, okay. I mean, I couldn't even imagine what people go through that have like 1 million subscribers or something, I mean, they literally have to hire somebody else that can just like take care of it, because in today's society, the number of people that will like it, of course, is huge, but then will like have something wrong, that they have to put their attention to try to ruin, any good thing. And either for themselves or for somebody else, ultimately for themselves. But anyway, yeah, when I first started doing the Nirvana stories on here, the amount of people that like really cared and and the response was like amazing, you know? I mean, I think being able to share something on that level is super cool. There's no doubt about it. So I rolled with it, you know? I really did. I really did. And I just told as many stories as I could, and there's even more stories I told in my videos than I put in my book. I realized that. But it's a lot of the same stuff, that's it in the book. Anyway, I think judging and critiquing falls into that like duality thing where you either love or hate something, or you're happy or angry, or you're you're raised in this system that, man, if you can find a way to break through that just to see things as it is, it's so inspiring, it really is, like and dislike, and I think that's the thing with YouTube. The only reason they use like and dislike now is for algorithms, because it'll boost videos higher if they get more likes. But for the individual, it can affect them, if they do a really sincere video. That's what I was doing for a while. That's why I blocked off seeing the likes and dislikes, because I realized if I do a really sincere video and there's no reason why anybody should dislike it, and there's 3 dislikes, then there's there's what you would call trolls. There's people that just can't get out of it. I mean, that's what they do, and it's sad. If any of you are listening to this and you dislike videos all the time, keep in mind you're brainwashed. That's true. You're conditioning yourself to be hateful and dislike. You are, and it's important to turn that around, because that just boils into more anger. That conflict starts within yourself. You got to understand that. And from there, it expands. So anyway, I just wanted to make this video because it's over the last few months, once in a while somebody will leave this just I mean, it's just a symbol of a portion of society today, that's really, really hateful. And it's scary in myself to think, is there a way to cure that? I don't know. I mean, without that, would there be... It's just such a confusing thing when you look at life and dualities and how people form that. It's almost like it's got to be that way for the other to exist. But in actuality, you want to notice both. You want to notice the big picture. If you get trapped in one side, well, I don't think you can get trapped in too much beauty. I think that's I think that's good. But it's interesting to think you can get trapped in the other side, and it really does hurt other people. It really does. So that's an interesting thing right there. So anyway, yeah, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, of course. But it's a little upsetting when that small percentage of anger and hate in the collective individual comes out and shows its ugly face. I don't think anybody likes that. I was telling a friend not too long ago, I hope some of you are listening to this whole video, because this is important. I may even make another video about this, but I was talking to a friend, and I said, nobody likes somebody to be mean to them, right? I mean, if you're a dominatrix or something and it's sex play, okay, whatever. But ultimately, no. Nobody likes somebody being mean to them. Think about that. In life, you don't like it. And you have to remember, be fucking nice and kind to people. In every extreme. Because that person feels the same you do. And maybe they've been terrorized their whole life and they need somebody to be nice to them, to be good to them. So anyway, all right. Bye.